Welcome to the Rucksack Revolution. Jack Kerouac wrote, "See, the whole thing is a world of rucksack wanderers, Dharma bums refusing to subscribe to the general demand that they consume production, and therefore have to work for the privilege of consuming. All that crap they didn't really want anyway, such as refrigerators, TV sets, cars, at least new fancy cars, certain hair oils and deodorants, and general junk you finally always see a week later in the garbage anyway. All of them imprisoned in a system of work, produce, consume, work, produce, consume. I see a vision of a great rucksack revolution. Thousands or even millions of young Americans wandering around with rucksacks, going up to mountains to pray, making children laugh and old men glad, making young girls happy and old girls happier. All of them Zen lunatics who go about writing poems that happen to appear in their heads for no reason, and also being kind, and also by strange unexpected acts keep giving visions of the eternal freedom to everybody and to all living creatures." End quote. 50 years later, the revolution is complete. Whatever happened to the Dharma bums, the rucksack wanderers, and the Zen lunatics? Well, they sold out. Post-pubescent energy en masse was dissipated. Adult employment was calling once the government tightened the noose. So, returning to my question above, the Dharma bums and the Zen lunatics are dead. They were engulfed by the demons Consumer and Trendy, emancipated by Pandora's box. What of the rucksack wanderer, you insist? Well, let me tell you. They form a river of privileged consumers being guided by the tourist exploiters. They flow on the same buses, trains, and airplanes, hurtling toward the same hotels and circus attractions. They float on rivers, doing drugs and swinging from the trees, shouting out in monkey glee as they splash in drunken debauchery. They sit in restaurants all day long, lounging on pillows without a frown, as they watch entire seasons of Friends, The Simpsons, and The Family Guy. They complain about the local customs with ethnocentric ignorance and display their primitivity for all to witness. They sit in gardens and brag about the number of countries they have visited and how hardcore they are based upon their logistical minimalism. They smear gel in their hair and polish their shoes as they pull their bags on rollers behind them. Unaware of their image, influence, and misapprehension, they follow one another in a vile, puerile lust for sex, drugs, and rock and roll, enthroned by the hippies blazing across the globe in the same selfish pursuit of the luxury escape. Pandora's demons inhabit their being in place of a soul. Their theology includes the Bibles of the Let's Go series, The Lonely Planet, and the Discovery Channel. The contents of their rucksacks include iPods, MacBooks, watches, and hard drives. The contents of their minds include superficial impressions of the universe and a vapid social philosophy. Contained in a putrid sack of biomechanical mobility, they are herded across the borders from pen to pen by the seasonal rucksack farmer and trainer. Behold, the Rucksack Revolution.